Hello everyone and welcome back to Raja Wishes. I'm Molly and today I am in EPCOT to take you along with me to enjoy Festival of the Arts. Now this is my favorite of all of the 4 festivals in EPCOT every year. 1, because I collect Disney art, but 2, because this festival just has so much going on. There's so many interactive activities and it is so much fun. Now, I have actually been here a few times already since the festival has kicked off, but something has happened every single time that has prevented me from filming a video. So first off, I was here on opening day. I don't normally do opening days of festivals just because they are so crowded. I am not a super patient person, and being a local, I would rather be able to come when there is less people so that I can have less stress and more magic. However, I ended up deciding to come to opening day of Festival of the Arts because I couldn't stay away. Now, it was extremely bitterly cold, but I had a few pieces that I had my eye on that I just couldn't wait another couple days in order to come in here to EPCOT to get, just in case they were gone. And then also, I really wanted the new Figment popcorn bucket. I don't normally collect popcorn buckets, but I do, and they are Figment. So just in case they ended up running out of them, I wanted to make sure that as a local, I wasn't gonna let that opportunity slip through my fingers. On my part, turns out they still have plenty of them. We're almost 2 weeks in right now, and there's plenty of them. I'll show you again. We'll stop into the Odyssey because I still have the Figment cake that I would like to try from in there. But yeah, long story short, opening day, basically just came, got my Figment popcorn bucket, and picked up 3 pieces of art. Didn't get to do any activities, didn't try any food, and then we left. Then I came back again, hit 2 food booths, was able to do 2 activities, and then ended up not feeling good. So we ended up leaving. So today I'm back again. It's a little bit on the chilly side, but it's not too bad. As you can see behind me, it's absolutely gorgeous outside. The sun is blaring in full effect, which just feels absolutely lovely, and it is supposed to warm up more as the day goes on. However, currently my watch is saying that it is 49 degrees outside, which is a little chilly for Central Florida. So today, the goal is going to be to hit all of the activities at the festival so that I can show you all of them, plus get to experience all of them for myself this year, as well as I have a couple more food booths I'd like to try. I'm gonna talk over the food booths that I have tried already at this festival with you guys, and then as we walk around, I will show you the 3 pieces of artwork that I picked up on opening day, and then I have 2 more pieces that I have my eye on that I think I might pick up at the end of today as well. And it's kind of funny because I didn't mean for this to happen, but one of them is based off of one of my favorite attractions in Disney World, and the other one is based off my least favorite attraction in Disney World and Disneyland. So I was very shocked that I liked this painting so much, and when you see it, you'll understand why I related to it. But yeah, so let's go have a fantastic day at Festival of the Arts. So the first activity of the day, well, actually I should back up here and correct myself. So most of the festival activities are not going to start until about 11 o'clock. That's when all the food kiosks are gonna open up. That's when the expression section is going to open up. So most of the festival stuff doesn't actually get going until 11 o'clock. Now, new this year is the Lorcana trading card game, and it is insanely popular. And you have to go get that before they sell out because they only have a limited number available for the day that they are giving out for free to do the quests. So that does open at 9 o'clock when EPCOT opens. And those are starting to run out around 11:30. So if you wanna do the Lorcana game, plan to go pick that up before 11:30. So you are gonna find the distribution area for the Lorcana game over on the bridge going into World Showcase from World Celebration. So right now, that's where I'm currently headed. It's just a little bit before 10:30, and like I said, it's a little chilly. So the park is actually not too bad. Of the few times I've been to EPCOT since the festival kicked off, it's actually been really busy, more busy than in years past, I feel like. But today it seems like it's not too bad and it's beautiful. So hopefully the crowds are scared away by the cold weather. All right, so onward we go to the bridge to pick this up. And that will be our first activity of this festival. All right, so I got my Lorcana game, and this is actually 2 games in 1. So when you open it, it'll tell you all about Lorcana. And the first thing you're gonna come to is the collection quest. So each packet comes with a starter pack of cards. So let's see what cards I ended up getting in my starter pack. Okay, so you're looking for these 4 cards in your starter pack. I don't have any of them. So what you're supposed to do is wander around EPCOT and try and trade with other guests for these 4 cards. And then as you go further, this is the second, which is a scavenger hunt, which this is more similar to what EPCOT normally does during the festivals of like you're walking around EPCOT and you look for this and you put a sticker on the map. So it came with the stickers. So we will look for these around the park. I've seen a ton of them. So when you get to one, you'll put the corresponding symbol on where it's supposed to go on the map. If you go one more, it explains the game even a little bit further. And then it also explains what's a fair trade. So when you're trading with other guests, make sure that you are looking at the rules and following and making sure that you're trading the right level card for another card. So that is the Lorcana game. Activity number 1 done. I am personally not going to walk around and trade. I have a very good friend back in Tennessee who loves Lorcana, and I have a ton of Lorcana sets that D23 has given me over the years. And so every time I get anything Lorcana, I send it to him, and he will be very, very, very much appreciative to have all of this. So there are 3 cards that you can get as a prize for completing these. So the first is going to be the Rapunzel card. So if you finish the scavenger hunt, which is putting the stickers on the map, you can take this to either Figment's Imagination Station in the Odyssey or in the Morocco Pavilion, and you can get the Rapunzel card. Or if you are able to trade for all 4 of these cards, you can take it to either 2 of those locations and you will get the Donald Duck pie card. And then if you buy one of their sets that's in here, then you get the Stitch one as your gift. So those are the 3 prizes that come with this. Like I said, super, super popular. You could kind of see as I was walking up to it, all the people that were around. There were some people who had quite large collections of Lorcana cards. I'm assuming that's probably what my friend has in Tennessee, because I know I'm not the only one who sends him those, and he works at a comic book shop, so I'm sure he gets plenty of those. But people have had a lot of fun with this. Personally, I just am not into this kind of thing. That's not my style. But for people who are, I think this is great. I think a lot of people's eyes have been open to it that didn't know about Lorcana in the first place. And I think it's a great way to get people to interact with each other and have to talk. Like, I've seen some of the comments on Facebook of people explaining this game, and people are like, wait, so I have to actually go talk to another human being? You want me to like interact with people? And so that's a little scary for some people, but I think it's really cool to see people talking and trading, and good job, Disney. I think this was a really cool addition to this already really fun festival. So let's continue on and go hit up activities 2 and 3, which are also right by where I picked up the Lorcana trading card game on that bridge into World Showcase. So the 2 other activities that are over on the bridge going into World Showcase are the Artful photo ops, where you're going to find 3 of them, as well as you're going to find more of these photo ops scattered throughout the park. And these are life-size pieces of art that you actually get to go stand in and can have your picture taken in. They're super cute, they're super fun, and again, just another super fun touch to this really artful festival. Also on this bridge is where you are going to find the chalk art galleries, and these are so cool. You're going to find different chalk art of Disney characters, famous masterpieces. You never know what you're going to find here, but they are all made out of chalk. There's even a really cool 3D one at the very end. And these are absolutely phenomenal, and they change all the time because they are chalk. So they are not meant to last. Just in the few times that I have been here over the course of 2 weeks since the festival opened, well, almost 2 weeks, I have seen it change numerous times. So this is a really, really, really fun part of the festival. It's super easy to catch. It's super quick. You're gonna walk through that area anyways. And like I said, those 3 activities that we hit all boom, 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 just on that one bridge. So now on to activity number 4, which is going to be over in Communicore Hall. So Communicore Hall was originally intended to be a flexible space that could move and morph with the festivals as, you know, an addition. They haven't done too much with it in the past, but Festival of the Arts is where Communicore Hall really, really shines. They do Disney on Broadway as part of their concert series for Festival of the Arts. And that is what is inside of Communicore Hall. So let's go take a peek inside. The exhibits in here are absolutely just phenomenal. If you love Broadway and if you love Disney, you are going to get a huge kick out of this. Plus, out in front, they have Genie's lamp that was sitting on top of the theater in New York City when this was live on Broadway. And it actually weighs 1,200 pounds. It is beautiful. You all know that I love Aladdin, obviously, since I named my dog Raja and the channel is even called Raja Wishes. So I absolutely love anything Aladdin themed, and this lamp is not only absolutely stunning to look at, but every so often smoke will actually come out of it. It is very, very, very cool. They did a wonderful job. As you can hear in the background, they've got the Aladdin music going, and it's just really, really cool. Again, thumbs up Disney. This was a great, 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 great choice for this festival. Okay, so let's wander into Communicore Hall into Once Upon a Stage, celebrating the magic of Disney on Broadway. This is cool. We've got Nala and Simba's headpieces. We've got Genie's outfit. And then the Disney Concert series for on Broadway. So this is going to take place in the American Adventure Pavilion. Each night there's going to be 3 shows, and we will talk a little bit more about that once we get into World Showcase. And they also have Aladdin's lamp prop. Very, very cool. Okay, rub it. Oh, no Genie came out for me. And then they also have all of these costumes on display, which this is my favorite part down here. I absolutely adore Frozen, but the absolute best that Sven is down there. Well, that is really, really cool. I love Broadway stuff, and I also love Aladdin stuff, so I was kind of a sucker for all of the stuff that you can see in there, but it's really cool. And as you can tell, I mean, I've been in the park for just over 30 minutes, and I've already knocked out 4 of these festival activities. So these activities don't take a ton of time. You just have to purposely plan to go do them. So now I'm going to walk over kind of on the side of Journey of Imagination and head to the expression section because it is 11:05, and so it just opened up at 11, as well as all the food booths should now be open, all the artist booths should now be open. Basically everything else having to do with the festival should be in full swing. Now, the expression section is extremely, extremely popular, This is a giant paint by numbers mural that you've seen on the wall, or maybe you haven't. You're going to. And it is super, super, super fun. I know I keep saying that about all these activities, but it's just, this festival is very fun. But like I said, it can get really crowded. So since it just opened up 5 minutes ago, I'm gonna go ahead and knock this activity off the list as well. And then we'll be 5 activities in. So let's go make some art. So see, this is perfect. There's absolutely no line since it just opened. So you're gonna come up here and get your paint.
What number do you have?
13.
All right, come with me. I got lots of 13s for you. Right here.
Okay,
Plenty of 13s.
thank you.
Yep.
So as you can see, there's a whole bunch of 13s. That's the number I got. They give you a little tiny thing of paint, you get a little paintbrush, and they asked me to paint 4 squares. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So once you're done, they're gonna give you a bookmark and it'll show you what the final piece will look like once it's all been painted in, which is super cute. There's a whole bunch of abstract figments going on this one. And they have multiple pieces throughout the festival. So I was just here less than a week ago and this was one of the activities I was able to do. And this was the bookmark that I got this time. So it already had changed. So like I said, the expression section is extremely, extremely popular. So it's real easy to get filled up really quickly. So there will be multiple different murals and paintings that are on display for you to participate in throughout the festival. Because like I said, I was here less than a week ago and that one was basically blank when we walked in that morning and it's already filled in and gone. Plus this one was pretty filled in too. So super, super fun, hands-on activity. And now I feel like I'm making my way through these activities super quick, which is great, but I want to go on 2 rides. Well, maybe just 1. So Living with the Land normally has some type of little festival overlay that they do. It's not anything extreme except for at Christmas. That is extreme because there's Christmas lights everywhere. But for the other 3 festivals, it's usually just a little nod, a little flourish. It's fun to look for. Plus, Living with the Land is my favorite ride in EPCOT. I have not seen anybody talk about any of the little extra flourishes for Festival of the Arts and Living with the Land. So I'm wondering if there aren't any or if nobody's just talked about it yet. So we're gonna go investigate that and go on Living with the Land because it's still early enough and the park is quiet enough right now that it doesn't have a very long line. In addition to the chalk art galleries over on the bridge going into World Showcase, they also have a kids chalk art area. So if you have little ones and they want to come make their own chalk masterpieces, you're going to find that right in front of Journey into Imagination, and they can come draw all over the ground, draw all over the chalk walls, and be artists. All right, never mind. By the time I got over to the Land Pavilion, Living with the Land has a 35-minute wait right now. I'm not entirely sure why it has a 35-minute wait. Guardians only has a 55-minute wait right now. So why Guardians is only 20 minutes more than Living with the Land, I have no idea. But we will come back to that later since it's at the front of the park. And instead, I decided that I'm not gonna go on the seas with Nemo and friends. I'd rather just walk into the sea base. But this is another little nod to Festival of the Arts that they did this year, and it's super cute. So 1, we gotta go see the manatees, and then 2, I'm gonna go show you this cute little addition they did as a nod to the festival. So let's go into the sea base. Right now, the seas only has a 15-minute wait, so that's not terrible, but I don't like that ride enough to wait 15 minutes. That ride should be a walk on. It should say 5 to 10 at the most. So in case you didn't know, you can actually walk to the left of the ride entrance. And this is where you actually exit the ride, but it is where you can just enter the sea base aquarium if you would like. Okay, you see, you walk in through the gift shop, and then you're in the sea base. And I love the sea base. I think this is one of the most underrated parts of EPCOT, especially if you have kids. There's just tons of stuff for them to look at, tons of stuff for them to do, run around. Air conditioned in here, lovely in the summertime. It's warm in the wintertime. Yeah, I can't say enough good stuff about this. And they have manatees. We have to come see the manatees. Oh! I love the manatees so much. That's one of my favorite parts of living in Florida is that the manatees live here. They're so cute. So, so, so cute. Okay, so now I'm walking up to the second level of the sea base to go into the nursery to see sea urchins. And when we get in there, you'll understand why. So the little sea urchins, they give little Mickey hats because they like to put stuff on their head. But there's also supposed to be some art palettes that they've been putting on their head. But I don't see any more urchins.
All right, you guys want to ride the escalator?
All right, well, that was a bust. We did see one sea urchin with some Mickey ears on, but I didn't see any of the artist palettes on any of their heads. So I guess the sea urchins weren't feeling very artsy anymore, but that's okay. We at least still got to see the manatees. I love seeing the manatees. They're super, super cute. And it was good timing too, because one of them was just about to go backstage right when I got there. So I got to see them up really close. Oh, okay, and we're coming to our first Lorcana card. So, in front of the C's is the Ariel Lorcana card. And then you can see the symbol, so then you'll match that symbol to the sticker on the scavenger hunt. So another really fun activity at this festival is the chock full of character scavenger hunt. And what this is there are going to be different Disney characters scattered throughout World Showcase in their respective pavilions that are made out of chalk, and they're really, really cute. So for example, there's going to be Dante in Mexico. I spotted the geese from Aristocrats over in France. You can see Little Brother from Mulan over in China. And these are really, really easy to miss. You have to just kind of know that you're looking for them and keep your eye out. It's really, really, really fun. So make sure when you're walking the World Showcase for this festival, you keep your eye out for the chock-full characters. Okay, so I am making my way through World Showcase, specifically to the America Pavilion, to head to the American Gardens Theater for the Animation Academy. This has 2 different show times each day. Well, show time is kind of a weird way to put it, but times that it happens. So at 12:30 and 1:30 during the festival, you can take place in the Animation Academy, which this is the same kind of thing that they do over in Animal Kingdom at Conservation Station, where a Disney animator will teach you how to draw a Disney character. So I am just coming out of Germany, and we are coming to the first tent where I got one of my prints on opening day, which is Makola art. So I am a big fan of Makola art. I actually last year at the festival got his Singing in the Rain piece that features Goofy, and he's singing in the rain on Main Street in front of the Emporium. Absolutely adorable. I absolutely just fell in love with it last year, and so it hangs right outside my bedroom, so every morning when I wake up, it's the first thing I see. I can actually see it from my bed. And then this year I was so excited because this was the first booth we came to where I purchased something because it was of Sven. Now my youngest dog, his name is Sven. He was named after Sven from Frozen. He is basically Sven's twin. They're both gigantic. They both are extremely lovable and goofy, and he kind of even looks like Sven from Frozen. So I absolutely love Sven stuff. For the longest time, of course, I collected and have a ton still of Jasmine and Raja art. But now that it's been a while since Raja's passed on, I have been trying to add a little bit more to my collection and have a little less Raja and Jasmine art. And for the longest time, there wasn't a whole lot of Raja art out there. You were lucky if you saw Aladdin art at all, specifically Jasmine, and then even more specifically Raja. And now I feel like you don't see that as much anymore. There was a little bit of period of time where you were starting to see a lot of Raja stuff and a lot of Raja and Jasmine stuff. And like I said, I own a lot of it. But you do not see Sven stuff. The only Sven artwork I have is my parents got me a hand-drawn portrait of Sven from the art store in Disney Springs for Christmas a couple years ago, because they hardly ever have Frozen art, and if they do, it's of Elsa and Anna or maybe Olaf, but never of Sven. Now this festival, Sven is everywhere. Frozen art, period, is everywhere, which is fantastic. Like, thank you, Disney artists, for getting the memo that we absolutely adore Frozen and the characters. So I went a little nuts, and the 3 pieces that I picked up on opening day were all, in fact, pictures of Sven, or had Sven in them. They had some other characters too. But the first was of Greg McCullough, and I absolutely love this. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of him and his wife's artwork, and this was the first one I picked up. Okay, so I keep getting distracted and sidetracked walking through World Showcase. So when I originally started walking through World Showcase, I had a little over 35 minutes until the next Animation Academy started. I just now finally making it into Italy, so I'm only 1 country away from America, but it is now 1:21. So I only have 9 minutes to spare, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop getting distracted and make my way over there so that I can do the animation experience. So I just finished up the Animation Academy experience. My Nick Wilde did not look very much like Nick Wilde. Kind of looked more like Bull or some kind of dog than a fox. I'm not a very good drawer, and that's totally fine. It still was really fun. If you like animation, or if you are good at drawing, you probably would really enjoy this. It definitely is. It's fun to do. And earlier, this was the second class. The first class they drew Judy. So if you would have gone to both of them, you would have had Judy and Nick. Now, as promised, like I said, we would talk about later, in the American Gardens Theater later tonight, there will be 3 performances of the Broadway concert series. Now, out of all of the concert series for all the festivals, this one is not as popular as the other 3, so standby entrance is going to be a little bit easier to do. Now, you're still going to want to get here at least 30 minutes in advance to make sure that you get a seat, you get a good spot. If you are super concerned about having a guaranteed seat, you don't want to have to show up early, then go ahead and check into the reserved dining packages. We ended up doing that for the Candlelight Processional to make sure that we had a guaranteed seat, since that one in particular is so popular, and it was more than well worth the money to do that. So like I said, for this one you probably don't need to, but if there's someone that you've been dying to see, you really love them, you're a big Broadway person, or you just want to make sure that you don't have to show up early and already have that guaranteed seat in place, then the package is a good thing to look into. So the second picture that I got that's been in the Disney Galleries part, we got this one of Sven and Olaf in the Norway Pavilion. I absolutely love it. EPCOT is our absolutely favorite park ever. So this is actually currently hanging in our kitchen, and instead of buying a print, we did buy this one that did actually come in the frame, and we actually were lucky enough that we own number 1. And something that's cool about the Disney Gallery Artist booth is that if you are a pass holder or a DVC member, you can use your discount, your merchandise discount. So we were able to get 20% off on that painting, which was fantastic. All right, so let's talk about food at this festival, which if you've watched my channel before, you know that I've flat out said that this is not my favorite festival as far as food. The food is very pretty at this festival, but it often does not taste as pretty as it looks. So let's talk about the food that I've had. From Craftsman's Courtyard, I got the Beef Wellington inspired croissant supreme with cream spinach, croissant pinwheel, mushroom gorgonzola ragu, mustard grilled flank steak, red wine sauce, and pickled mustard seeds. Now, let me just say this. The one that I got had been sitting out on a really cold day, so it was cold. So right off the bat, eating a cold savory pastry, not starting off on a great note. So had it been warm and been the right temperature, this probably would have gotten a little bit higher of a grade. Also, before I give you my final number of this as a review, is the steak was so tough and fatty, I could not even chew it. So that's one. Steak, not good. Now, the croissant and the cream spinach, had it been warm and not ice cold, I think it would have been good. It had a good flavor. So overall, I'm giving this one out of 5 out of 10. It wasn't absolutely inedible, but I don't think I would get it again, except for, like I said, if you got one that was fresh and hot, it probably would score a little bit higher. But for the one I got, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. From France, I got 2 different items. I got the gâteau de crabe bisque de, I'm not even gonna try and say the rest of that. I got the crab cake with crab bisque. It was, okay. I wouldn't get it again. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. The crab cake itself was just extremely, extremely dry. And I didn't get very much crab bisque, but I don't know if I would have gotten more, if that would have helped. And I will say the crab bisque on itself was delicious. I would have gladly eaten just a giant bowl of that crab bisque. But in this case, for this dish, it was being used more as a sauce, which crab bisque just isn't the right sauce for a crab cake. You really need that acidity from a remoulade sauce. And I love my New Orleans food, so I do love my remoulade sauce. So for me, that one was a miss. I would not get it again. And then I also decided to get the chocolate orange eclair, thinking that this would be delicious. It's France. Their pastries are always delicious in France. I was wrong. It was frozen, almost all the way solid. And not only was it super frozen, but I could not figure out what had a grainy texture in it. So I tried each individual component individually, trying to figure out what the graininess was coming from, and then I finally realized that it was the orange filling. It tasted like there was actual just straight granules of sugar in there. It was not good. I do not recommend it. France was a very expensive booth that was not good, and that is twice now that booth has done that to me. So I don't know if I will be going there again and come Flower and Garden. From Japan, I got the Tokyo Kawaii roll, which is crispy shrimp tempura wrapped in a multicolored sushi rice and topped with a refreshing yellow yuzu sauce and tangy plum sauce. I personally did not taste any of that. It was the most bland sushi I've ever tasted in my entire life. It didn't taste like anything. There was nothing. It was very, very, very pretty though. It's very photographable. It looked gorgeous, but it did not taste like anything. So this one I'm giving a 4 out of 10, and I feel like I'm being a little generous with that. The only reason I gave it that high was because of how pretty it was. Taste-wise, if we were going on that alone, it would have been much lower. From Mexico, I got the crispy corn tostada that had guacamole, lump crab, mango, crispy onions, and hot sauce. This also was not good. It was one of the smallest tostadas I've ever seen in my life for $10, and you could not taste anything but hot sauce. It just was completely flavorless, frozen. Again, this was so cold, it was almost to the point of being frozen, that you couldn't taste the guacamole, you couldn't taste the crab at all. All you got was this really weird, rancid, very hot sauce. And usually Disney food is not very spicy, but this was just not good. This one I'm giving a 1 out of 10. I have only given that to a festival food one other time, and it was really, really bad. And I don't know if this was necessarily that bad, but it was pretty bad. I would avoid the tostada from Mexico at all costs. And finally, a booth that absolutely wowed me. This year, Fictional Victuals is a brand new booth. It's Alice in Wonderland themed. It's absolutely adorable, and the food is phenomenal. Now, I have not tried Chapter 1, which are the oysters, because I am not an oyster person, so I don't think I would like that, but I have heard from countless other people that they were absolutely phenomenal. And I can tell you that Chapter 2, which is the Impossible Bites, and Chapter 3 were both absolutely delicious. So Chapter 2 is the plate of Impossible Bites. It's roasted turkey breast, onion and bacon custard tart, cherry gel, brown butter toast milk foam, and pineapple toffee butter. It was so good. There's so many different flavors going on in this dish, and it is just beautiful. It was absolutely delicious. I would gladly get this one again. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. I don't think I've ever given any dish at Festival of the Arts a 10 out of 10. I'll have to go back and look at some of my old videos, but I don't think I ever have. Like I said, I don't like the food at this festival. It is not very good. I was sitting in the Odyssey and there were some cast members sitting next to me on their day off, and I could hear them talking, and the one girl was like, I just don't think festival food is very good, and everything looks so pretty, but it does not taste pretty. And I could not agree more with her. However, at this booth, it is pretty and actually tastes good. So this is my #1 recommendation for this festival. If you want to get some festival food, I would definitely hit this booth. I also tried Chapter 3, which is the tea treat, which is a Twinings Earl Grey chocolate, pot de creme, a lemon madeleine, rose and raspberry jam, and a tea biscuit crumble. This was also absolutely delicious. It wasn't anything absolutely earth-shattering or mind-blowing, but it was clean, it was light, it was tasty, it was everything you could have asked for in a great dessert. I give this one a 9 out of 10, just simply because, like I said, it wasn't anything super powerful or mind-blowing that I've never tasted before, but it was a good dish, and it was light and clean, and after I ate it, most importantly, I didn't feel sick. And lastly, that brings us to Figment's Inspiration Station at the Odyssey, which this is where you can pick up that Figment popcorn bucket. You do have to do it via mobile order, but this is also where you can trade in your Lorcana quest to get your prize. So from here, I tried the Figment Fantasy Cake, which is a sponge cake filled with a strawberry whipped cream topped with a white chocolate ganache, orange icing, and a white chocolate Figment wings. Now, this cake was absolutely adorable. It is picture perfect. It sums up Figment. I mainly got it because it looked so cute. Now, I've come to enough EPCOT festivals to know that if something looks super cute, it's probably not going to taste real great. However, I was pleasantly surprised with this cake. It was fine. It was a little on the sweet side for me, but I loved that it came with the fresh strawberries. I thought overall it was a really good cake. Was it mind-blowing or a cake I would get again? No, this is you get the cake, you take a picture of it, and then you never have to get it again. But I didn't mind eating it. I wasn't mad that I had to buy it. It was worth eating. So overall, I thought this was a really cute cake, and overall, I gave it an 8 out of 10. From here, I also got the cider flight, which came with the Three Daughters Brewing Black Cherry Hard Cider, the Three Daughters Brewing Orange Cream Hard Cider, and the Three Daughters Brewing Strawberry Banana Hard Cider. Cider flights here are kind of hit and miss. For me, this was a miss personally. I'm not gonna go ahead and rate it out of a number because for me, the cider flight is either it's good or it's not. And for me, this was a not. I would not get it again. I thought all of them tasted incredibly artificial and were just too strong on the artificial. The strawberry banana was the best out of all of them. The orange cream did not taste anything like orange cream. It tasted like straight up orange soda, like Fanta orange soda, which I'm not a fan of. I don't drink really sugary things. I know that kind of contradicts cider, but I'm picky when it comes to my cider, and I did not think this was a good flight. The black cherry tasted a lot like cough syrup. So the third painting that I picked up on opening day, well, it's not a painting, it's a print, because I saw the original painting and I absolutely went berserk, and then I saw the price and I really went berserk. It's absolutely beautiful. It is from Glen Cotta Studios, and it is the snowball fight scene from Frozen, and the original is $75,000. So that is why I got the print. It is absolutely gorgeous. So this is exactly why I decided that I was going to come and brave the cold and the crowds on opening day. I was looking for the print of that picture to show you guys, because what I bought was a print, and they don't have any more. So I'm glad that I got that print. And not only that, but Blend was here on the day that I got it, so he signed it for me. And that's something else that's really, really, really cool about this festival, is that they have tons of the artists on site for their signing time. So if you buy something from them, you can get in line during one of their signing times, have them sign it, have a quick chat with them. I've done it for several of the artists that I've bought artwork from over the years, and it's just a really, really, really cool little added touch to be able to get it personalized, especially if you do a print. Now, I am a huge fan of the print. I do buy some of the frame pieces, like I showed you. I did buy this Sven and Olaf as a frame piece. It was not an original. My budget's not that big, unfortunately. But the prints that I have bought in the past, some of them I have paid to have custom framed, and you would never know that they were a print. They are absolutely gorgeous. So I will post what the 3 of these look like on my social media accounts once I get them framed, because I'm planning on getting, only 2 of them need to be framed. So this one from Blend Kota, and then as well as the McCullough painting, or print, I keep wanting to say painting, of Sven. Both of those, as soon as I get them framed, I will post pictures of those on my Facebook and my Instagram. So if you don't already follow me on those, make sure you do. All right, well, now that I showed you what I already bought, let's go buy 2 new things. And these are also gonna need custom frames. So again, I will post pictures of these as well. You're gonna have to give me a little bit of time, but I will get them up and they are gonna look so fantastic. I'm so excited to get both of these, and hopefully they're still there, because like I said, sometimes if you wait too long, you won't see it. And I also like coming to this festival multiple times because I've seen stuff today that I didn't notice on other festivals. And some stuff was already here and some stuff wasn't. Like I heard one of the vendors saying, they just got this piece in today, it was an original. More prints are coming in. So you never know what you're gonna find, which just makes it all that more special. So I am rounding through Canada right now and making my way to the front of World Showcase to hit Rob Kaz's booth, because that is where I'm going to purchase my first print. I am a huge fan of Rob Kaz. I have one of his stitch prints that I actually got 2 years ago, and I have this one custom framed as well. Looks absolutely fantastic. This one is also right outside of my bedroom, so I see it all the time. And I knew that this was getting released at this festival, and I knew I wanted this one, but when we came on opening day and I bought the 3 Sven pieces, I decided I needed to slow down. So I told myself I wouldn't buy it, and I'd give it some time and see if I decided that I still wanted it and liked it and needed it. And yep, after 2 weeks of thinking about it, I definitely need it. So very excited to show you guys this. So the People Mover is my absolute favorite ride ever. And hated Mickey and Minnie in the People Mover. So that's what I'm getting. That one right there, and a print. All right, Target acquired. I got my People Mover print, very excited. So next I am going to make my way over kind of by Test Track on the side of Creations. And I'm gonna make my way over to the Thomas Kincaid Studios to pick up the other one that I fell in love with, which this one is based off my least favorite ride in the Disney parks, which is Haunted Mansion. I hate Haunted Mansion. I was forced to go on that ride so many times as a little kid growing up going to Disneyland, and I do not like that ride. It creeped me out so bad. The only time I would actually go on it was when it had the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. And I will go on the one here in Magic Kingdom if I have to. The one in Magic Kingdom doesn't seem to freak me out as bad as the one in Disneyland, but I don't like that ride. But now that I've told you that, when you see this painting, you're gonna understand why it resonated with me and why I have to have it. And I never in a million years thought I would get a Haunted Mansion piece, since I dislike it so much. But like I said, give me a minute when we get there, you'll understand. Now, Thomas Kincaid outdid themselves this year. I'm usually not a very big Thomas Kincaid fan. I do actually have a Thomas Kincaid Peter Pan painting that my parents got me almost 20 years ago. I want to say it was like back when he first started doing the Disney collabs. And I absolutely love that. But since he's passed away, I don't usually really care for the Thomas Kincaid stuff. Now this year, I could have dropped some serious money in these booths. They have some gorgeous pieces of artwork in here. And they have the Haunted Mansion pieces. You see Donald's face? That is me on that ride. Aren't these adorable? So once again, we're gonna pick up the print and just get it framed. All right, so similar to the Disney Gallery artist, Thomas Kincaid also honored the Disney discount, but I misspoke earlier in my excitement. It's not the 20% normal merchandise discount, it's only 10% because of it being fine art, which that does kind of happen for some more of the expensive things. Like if you go to Rebus Brothers and you try and buy anything out of the glass shop, any crystal, that's usually 10%. So I misspoke earlier in the video. It is only a 10% discount, but that's still great, especially if you're buying an expensive piece of art. So instead of this print costing me $50, it only cost me $45 because of my discount. I will gladly take any discount I can. So, and with that, that wraps up Festival of the Arts. I had a fabulous day. It finally warmed up as the afternoon went on. It feels absolutely lovely. I had a ton of fun. I absolutely love my new purchases and I love what I bought on opening day. I'm super excited to get everything framed. And like I said, I will share those final pictures with you over on my social media accounts. Thank you so much for coming along with me. I hope you had fun watching me go through all of this, and I hope this helped you plan out kind of what you're gonna do if you come to this festival. If you haven't been to this festival before, I highly, highly, highly recommend to check it out. As you can see, there's just so much to do, so much hands-on activity, and so much beautiful Disney art. Until next time, wishing you less stress and more magic, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye, guys.